Hi, I'm Emily Kratzer, one of the volunteers at our all-volunteer WCTV public access television station in the Washington Township, New Jersey, in Bergen County. And today we're coming to you from kind of under the sea at Westwood High School, where the Woodington players are beginning to rehearse and preparing to perform the Little Mermaid, one of the most popular Disney programs. And I'm told that they have a lot of special things going on, some special effects, and songs that you may not have heard before. So it'll be really worth coming out to see when the show is on in March 17, 18, and 19 here at the high school.
2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4.
Now it's our privilege to talk with two of the most important characters in the show, Flotsam, Jetsam, and Ursula, the terrible Ursula. Introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the parts that you're playing here in Little Mermaid.
Okay. All right. My name's Natalie. I'm playing Ursula, and she is the villain in The Little Mermaid. She steals Ariel's voice away, and she wants to be ruler of the sea.
Yeah, ambitious type.
Yeah.
Very good. And Jetsam.
Yes, I play Jetsam in The Little Mermaid, and I basically do whatever Ursula tells me to do. I think we're literally like her minions. We are always by her. In every scene, we're behind her. So we're just her faithful followers, of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
The hench persons
Yep.
carrying out the orders of Ursula.
Always.
Let's give a real quick synopsis of, I think everybody in the world knows the story of The Little Mermaid, but let's just talk about the beginning, middle, and end. Not to give everything away, because I think, like I said, everybody knows the story now. But go ahead, tell us a little bit about the beginning.
So the story starts off by introducing you to our main character, Ariel, of course. And basically, there's the forbidden love story that we all adore of her being in love with a human and her as a mermaid. You get introduced to her father, King Triton, who obviously is very against it. We have the very charming, our version of Prince Charming, Prince Eric. And it's basically a story about how Ariel is going to do anything to be with her true love.
Okay, and then drum roll.
I think she should be the one to do this.
All right.
And then Ursula comes along.
Yes.
And
She is Triton's sister, and she was always, not really loved as a child by her father, Poseidon. So she kind of uses that against Ariel, and she wants to kind of ruin Ariel's life because she hates Triton so much, and she also wants to take back her half of the sea. So she wants to be the ruler of the sea, and she wants to steal Triton's trident and everything.
and steal Ariel's love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who's
Steal
playing
Ariel's
Eric
love.
this year?
Melanie Robles.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Melanie, we know that family name.
Yes.
And we know them. That's great. Tell us a little bit about the process here at the high school. When were the auditions?
November, right?
Yeah,
Before Thanksgiving?
Yeah. So we did it a little differently this year. Usually auditions are a little later, but this is a huge show. It's a huge production, which you'll see when you watch it. So we started a little earlier. So the audition process started in November, callbacks like only like a day or two after. Wow. And the cast list came out. It feels like it takes forever to come out, but it came out quickly after that. And we got right into our rehearsals in December. Yeah.
Very good. And we're going to plug a little bit here that your director is Lauren Resnikoff.
Yes, of course. Our director is Lauren Resnikoff, Miss Resnikoff, we call her.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And you could tell she does the choreography for this, and her choreography, I'm in a few dances as a few other ensemble characters, and it's so much fun, and everything is so different, and dancing as Jetsam and then dancing as like a seagull is so different, but all of it is just so much fun to do.
Right.
Really great choreography.
Costuming, how's that going?
Costuming is, we're renting all of our costumes from a place, so everything's pretty straightforward this year. Costumes luckily doesn't really have to, tailor the things and stuff like that. The costume company actually does it for us this year, so that's really convenient. The costumes look really good.
She has the best costume.
Personally, Sebastian's is my favorite costume. I think it looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But we only have 6 right now, but we're going to get everything else soon. I'm really excited to see all of them. It's going to be really cool, yeah.
Very good. Now, we have a poster that we're going to put in for our viewers to see, but just remind us what days you're performing.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think we're performing
Details.
18th and 19th. There's going to be shows on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7, but there's also going to be a second earlier show on Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And people can get tickets ahead of time or even when they come in, right?
Yeah, you could get tickets ahead of time. I think it's something like
Show tickets for you.
Yeah, show tickets for you, and you could just type in Westwood High School and Little Mermaid will come up, or you could buy them at the door. Tickets are $10 for any seniors as well as students, and $13 for general admission.
Excellent. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a repeat of interviews we've done in the past, but tell me a little bit about your future plans.
Wow, a big question. Obviously, when I was doing the Our Town interview, I expressed an interest in politics and stuff like that, and that's still pioneers. Again, a huge advocate for human rights and things like that, and I plan to take that into my later life as well. So yes, I'm thinking a background in political science, and hopefully you guys see my name somewhere someday.
And we'll say we knew her when.
Of course.
Yeah. Natalie, how about you?
I'm actually going to Ithaca College in the fall.
Excellent.
And I'm going to be an integrated marketing communications major. So it's like advertising, public relations, marketing. I would like to market for movies and TV in the future and maybe become a creative director. So
wonderful. I see trailers by Natalie, right? Yeah, apps and all of that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That multi-level, multi-platform marketing it's a challenge. It's going to require all your creativity.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And Ithaca, oh boy, great place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really beautiful up there.
It really is beautiful up there. I appreciate your comments, and I know we're going to get you back to rehearsals. We're interviewing on a rehearsal day, so we'll get you back to rehearsals. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Now we get to talk to Sam and Izzy. Tell us your full names and the roles you're going to be playing here for The Little Mermaid.
Of course. So my name is Isabel DeFabio, and I'm going to be playing Flounder.
I'm Samantha Murphy, and I'm going to be playing Flotsam.
And we were just told that you guys had your auditions in November, and you got your parts, and now you've got the rehearsals going on and some great costumes coming in. Tell us about the singing that you're going to be doing.
Sure. So we have all worked very hard on the music. There's a lot of musical numbers in this show, and there's a lot of big group numbers that everyone knows. And I think it's going to be really exciting for everybody who's watching and everything like that. One of Flounder's title songs is She's in Love, where he basically is talking about how his best friend Ariel has fallen in love with a mysterious man, Prince Eric. And I know that there are some other great musical numbers in this show, ones that were from the movie and that are put into the actual Broadway recording that we're also going to be performing here.
I think we're doing a really good job on the classics, but also I'm very excited to see how the audience reacts to the new songs that they haven't heard before, because I think we're doing a really good job, and the harmonies are really cool, and it's really cool to see how it's coming out.
Yeah. The audience, depending on the age group, may be wanting to sing along. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be really good for a lot of like little kids just because it's a magical show. The sets are beautiful, the costumes are beautiful, the way we incorporate the magic of Ariel turning into a human is amazing, and I think it's going to be really good for all age groups, but especially like younger kids.
Yeah.
Our music director, Mr. Fritz, is also the set designer, and he's doing a wonderful job. He's being really innovative, using a lot of recyclable like bottle caps and stuff to make it look really beautiful without like breaking the budget, and it's really cool to watch it all come together.
Now, did he help do this scenery that we're seeing here today?
No, this scenery out front, although he did have input on it, was
Yeah.
actually done by our amazing parent volunteers, like especially Mrs. Burke and Mrs. Vinagre, and I unfortunately don't know any of the other people that worked on it, but I know there was many other people that did, so I apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, a big thank you to them because it's absolutely beautiful, this display we've got out front.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the music and Mr. Fritz and all that, and I see Mr. Pena in the pit. Let's give a little shout out to the musicians in the pit.
Of course, yeah. I have a lot of friends in the pit. They've also been working very hard. They have a lot of musical score to get through, and there's a lot of new people this year, a lot of new faces, and I think it's really great this year.
Yeah, wonderful. And are you guys going to have some ensemble scenes?
I know that there's lots of like big ensemble numbers where like almost everyone's on stage. I personally am not in those because I am one of the villains, so I have a lot of quick changes to do already. But I am in fact one of the maids as well, which is a smaller ensemble group. And there's lots of like small ensemble numbers where even if they aren't in like a lot of the big numbers, there are a bunch of smaller groups.
Yeah, very good. We had Taylor and Natalie tell us about the beginning of the play. Tell us about what happens from the middle to the end.
Sure. So Ariel finally gets her wish of becoming human after trading away her voice to her auntie Ursula. And basically the rest of the play just goes over how she can find a way to get Prince Eric to notice her without having a voice, which you can imagine is very, very hard. But it ends on a very cute way. And the ending is a little different than it is in the movie just because with stage, you know, there's some logistics and some restraints we're going to have. But I think the ending is still very good. So, yeah.
Excellent. Speaking of endings, I know at some point you're going to get out of high school. What are your future plans?
I'm still a sophomore, so I don't have like a really set out thing, but I am definitely looking into music and music education and that type of stuff.
So I've applied to a lot of colleges. I'm waiting to hear back from a couple before I make like a final decision, but I know I want to major in probably like computer science just because I love like the way it combines like creativity and like logical stuff. So I hope to continue that. And I will continue doing theater just, you know, as a hobby.
Yeah. And one of the wonderful things about theater, about being here, about doing this interview with us is it gives you an opportunity to do ad-lib, on-the-spot presentations, so interact with the public, interact with viewers, and that's good too, anytime. Yeah. It gives you good preparation for the future.
Yeah, it really is.
Is there a show that, Sam's still sophomore, so looking ahead, if you could pick some plays or musicals for future Woodington Players productions, what would you pick?
I have actually brought it up to the directors a couple of times that I would really like to see us do Clue or Bonnie and Clyde. They are kind of hard to do, and I don't really know what I would like to see us doing, especially considering like minus the cast that is graduating this year, but I'm very excited to see what we are going to do in the future.
Right, exactly. Yeah, when the fall comes around, of course, this is the spring production, and when the fall comes around, you guys are going to have to hit the ground running when Ms. Resnikoff comes up with a play and sets up the auditions and everything.
Unfortunately, I won't be there for that, but
Yeah.
you know, I'll be coming back to come see.
Yeah, there you go. Encourage the kids. That's great. Your former classmates.
Yeah.
Right, indeed. So here at the high school, this production is going to be March. We went over this 17, 18, 19. And we encourage the community to come out and support these talented youngsters.
Thank you.
Continuing our discussion, this is the great and powerful Trident. Oh my goodness. Tell us a little bit about yourself. First, your name and the role you're playing.
My name's Anna Nooney, and I'm playing King Triton.
Ah, the powerful man of the sea.
Uh-huh.
What kind of props do you have?
So I have my throne, which is used for most of the court scenes, and then I obviously have my trident.
Yes. Is it hard to wave around on the stage?
It's really tall. The bottom is taped on, so I can't really just lean on it. Otherwise, it's going to come apart. But overall, it's fun. It's really easy to mess around with my castmates using it.
I love it. I love it. So for our viewers, just as a bit of information in these COVID times, Anna's taped to her microphone set and her mask, so that's why she has a little bit of extra decoration.
Yeah.
How long have you been interested in theater stuff? Have you done other stuff with Woodies?
So this is my third year with Woody specifically, but I've been doing theater since I was in elementary school. I've been doing Theater Week almost every year. I've done all the after-school programs that the school has had available for me. And then I did some shows outside of the school. I did some summer programs just so I could keep doing it since I love doing it so much.
Well, there is a great esprit de corps in theater, and yeah, it gives you a lot of energy to keep going with. That's wonderful. Where are some of the other places you've participated?
I've participated at a local program run in Allendale during the summer. I've done 2 shows with them. I also participated up at Rhino Theater. It's up in Pompton Lakes.
Yep.
I did a show at their studio there, which was a much smaller cast. It was, I think, 7 or 8 of us. So it's definitely a wide variety of types of shows and casts and a bunch of different genres. So I feel like I get a really big spread of what there is to offer.
Do you prefer a play or a musical?
I love to watch musicals, but I also love that there was more of an aspect of drama. They're normally more serious if you're doing a play, but there's nothing really like a musical. I will admit I wasn't always on board with this show at first. I'm like, wow, are we gonna be able to do this? But now that it's all coming together, I'm really excited to see what we're gonna do. I'm excited for costumes. I'm just really looking forward to doing this show.
Right. Yeah, I hear you have some great costumes, so that'll be a lot of fun. You've participated now for 3 years in the Woodies?
Yep,
So are you a senior?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Oh my goodness, you're a busy person then. Looking ahead, do you have a plan to continue any kind of theater work once you get out of the high school?
So my plan afterwards is to go to college. I'm looking to do a dual major in creative writing and also get a degree in directing, which a lot of that falls under the theater department. So I'll probably stay involved in terms of my major, but also I plan to go to a college that's going to have a theater program because I want to stay involved in that because I love it.
Yeah, I can see you doing plays. Written by Anna Nooney.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. The whole idea of what's going to come next is really exciting. We thank you for your time. We
Thank
won't
you for
hold you
having
up
me.
much farther, and keep in touch.
Thank you.
Now for the star of the show. Ta-da! Ariel! Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about playing Ariel.
Hi, I am Melanie Robles. I am playing the role of Ariel. We have a bunch of new songs in this version of the musical instead of the normal Disney movie. It's been really fun learning a bunch of different songs and having dance numbers and just really being part of not just having solos but having duets and group numbers with the rest of the cast, and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure. I was just saying, and talking with some of your previous guests here today, you're going to have a whole bunch of kids who are going to sing along probably in the audience.
Yeah, probably. We were doing a fundraiser, and I even had some like drawings and that I have home in my little box, my little Woodington Players box, ready to go.
Yes. What are some of the other plays you've been in? I mean, you're getting to be a real familiar face around here.
So in our fall play, I was Mrs. Webb in Our Town. I was in the Woodington Players Showcase that took place during COVID, the pandemic. Before the pandemic, we were going to do Cinderella, and I was a featured dancer. And we also have done one of my first shows was the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, in which I was my co-star Daniel Prince Eric. He was Chip Tolentino, and I was his little sister.
Yes, he's Daniel. Daniel is back again, right?
Yeah. It's our last show together. It's kind of sad because when we joined Woodington Players, we were like a brother-sister like duo and everything, and it's our last show, and I'm like, it's kind of sad, but I'm really glad I get to have like a role with him, and then we just get to have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. For our viewers who are wondering, a lot of the kids here today are taped with their mics, but that's not, as we say, that not a boo-boo on her face. That's just some extra tape to hold the mic in place while she's doing her rehearsals and talking with us, taking a break.
Yeah, we're temporarily out of mic tape, so we had to go with bandage tape. It works just as good as long as the mic stays on.
What? Improvisation in theater? Yeah, there you go. Everybody does it. Looking ahead, do you have plans for college yet?
I've been narrowing down to like my top 5 schools. I've been getting really ahead because not only am I part of the arts, but I also play softball for the varsity team here and for a club. And so that's going to help me with college. And so I've narrowed it down to my 9 schools. I'm going to go on visits and showcases over the summer, but I'm basically looking forward to getting my MBA and like basically master's in business administration with a minor or a double major depending on what school I go to in music. I'm mainly focusing on business, but I'm really interested in music and music production. I have my own studio at home, and I'm trying to learn more about that.
Wow, that's good. Sounds like you have a lot of the technical skills down.
Yeah, I'm really trying to learn because no one in my family goes into music production and music studios, and that's something I'm really passionate about. I've been probably writing songs since I was in 3rd grade,
Oh,
so
wow.
I've really been wanting to try to pursue that, but also have a career that's stable for myself. So we're kind of worming our way around that.
Oh, that's really impressive, I gotta say. I'm glad you have that creative spirit and the will to do it, to see it to fruition. That's wonderful.
Sometimes it's overwhelming, but you know what? If I actually want to do what I want to do, then we got to make it happen.
Gotta make it happen. Wonderful words. Good luck with the show.
Thank you.
Now we have, drumroll please, Prince Eric, also known as
Daniel Lynn.
Daniel Lynn, star of many productions here on the Woodington stage. So what are some of the things you've done last? We talked with you for Our Town, and what are some of the other things you've done?
Well, as you know, in the previous interview I mentioned about Spelling Bee. I was in that. I played Chip Tolentino. That was actually my first musical I was in, and it was just a great experience. I was also in Peter and the Starcatcher, which was my sophomore year, and I played Peter. So just all these opportunities I'm so thankful for, and couldn't have done it without my friends, family, Mr. Esticott, Mr. Fritz. So yeah.
You mentioned Mr. Fritz. Let's give him a full name.
Joe, Mr. Fritz, or just
Joe Fritz.
Joe Fritz, yeah.
And his job with you guys is?
Oh, he's the music director. Vocal. He's been working with us vocally, trains us, make sure we're improving on our music. Mr. Pena is the band director, so he's obviously commanding the pit. But Fritz has been great for us, just sharpening up our music skills.
Right. Who's been working behind the scenes on the set?
Oh, running crew. Oh my gosh. Sophia DeBerry, Christian Vincenti. We even have Mookie, who's Christian's older brother. He's come back to help out a little bit. So all these guys they're great at what they do. So.
I had seen online, I think Mr. Connolly, the principal, had posted some of the set construction things that were going on with woodshop and whatnot. So there's a lot that goes into it. It isn't just what you see on stage. It's a lot behind the scenes.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they deserve just as much credit as we do. They make this happen. They make the scenes. That's all them.
So let's go to the plot a little bit. When you first see Ariel, what's the deal?
Man, well, I'm actually drowning at that point. I'm drowning. I'm beside a rock, and she's singing to me, and so I briefly see her as she's going away, and my first thought is oh my gosh, I've just been saved. I need to find her. I need to meet her. I need to know her name, and so I'm basically just flabbergasted at that point. So, yeah.
And the hunt begins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then this other person shows up with that beautiful voice, but looks a little different.
Yeah, that's Ursula. Ursula's fake one, yeah. So she basically has Ariel's voice because the contract is that Ariel loses her voice in order to become the human. And so Ursula has that voice, and so she basically tricks me into believing, oh, that's Ariel's voice, which it is Ariel's voice and Ursula's. So
But Ursula.
it's crazy.
Oh, in this
Crazy.
production, is Ursula lip syncing?
No, I mean she's actually singing.
She's gonna be singing,
And
yeah.
it's awesome because they both like sound so alike and so similar. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then in the happy ending, the prince and Ariel meet and
Yeah.
live happily ever after.
yeah,
And they finally get daddy's approval.
absolutely. Got to get the king's approval.
Yeah.
Can't be leaving that done.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't want him coming along with the
Oh
Triton.
no, I don't want to get zapped. No, no,
Exactly.
no. Yeah.
So let's look ahead a little bit. Where are you headed in the future?
You know, I'm still figuring that out. I mean, I applied to a few colleges. I got accepted to them, and I, it's up in the air if I want to do theater. I definitely want to be involved with music production or like just a choir, be involved with that. But yeah, I mean, theater, I could do it, take it or leave it. So.
Well, it's a pleasure to see you on stage,
Yeah,
and we
thank
know
you.
that both your voice and your experiences here are a good foundation for you going forward.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, good luck with the show.
Yeah, thank you. Let's do it.
Lauren Resnikov, director, supreme commander, and wizard and wonder maker, and all of that. Tell us a little bit. Why did you choose Little Mermaid?
Well, it was actually a challenging choice because we were coming back from the pandemic and it's a huge show. But we figured after the past few years we wanted to do something big that included everybody, that included the community, that could really boost up our program and give a lot of opportunities to a lot of kids. And this was the show that did it. So
It's going to be memorable. I
Yeah.
know it is. So, looking forward, I was saying to the kids that this is the spring musical and the fall there will be the play again. Have you even started thinking about the fall?
a little bit. We've thrown around a few ideas. But, right now this is all I'm thinking
Right. And
about.
I realize it's premature to think about it, but the fall play will be a little more serious.
Yeah, we actually did a very serious play this year, so we're trying to think of maybe a comedy or something a little bit lighter to kind of have a little bit of a juxtaposition to what we did last year and give the kids more opportunities to explore different styles of acting and theater.
Yeah. And you are in awe of your talent, as we are, I'm sure.
They are incredible. This is an incredible cast. Like, words cannot describe how wonderful each and every one of them are. It's been a really great energy and a really great process all together.
Yeah, we were talking just now with Prince Eric, Daniel, and we were talking a little bit earlier too about the sets and the things that go into it that the audience will see, and there's a lot that they won't see because all of this work gets done behind the scenes. And I'm told that this beautiful display behind us was done by parents.
Yeah, our parents have been so active this show. We've been able to do a lot of things within the community to publicize our show. We did a fundraiser a few weeks back, a character meet and greet, which was really awesome. Some of the kids were drawing pictures and giving them to our Ariel. Yeah, it's a big production with a lot of moving parts, but it's exciting watching them all slowly come together.
Hey, listen, there's nothing like panic to make it happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always...
It's good panic. It's esprit de corps, like I said.
And when it
yeah.
comes together, it's going to be really incredible.
Right, right. Well, I appreciate your time, Lauren, and the fact that you've got the kids together and you're ready to present this for the community. It's always a great time to come to the high school and enjoy a show.
Thank you so much for always doing this. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for watching WCTV. We've got a special presentation that we've just shown you from kind of under the sea in the lobby here at Westwood Regional High School. We talked to some Woodington players about The Little Mermaid. And our camera person today has been Ida, Hurricane Ida, for those of you who have ever seen her in action. We love working together with our crew at WCTV, our all-volunteer public access station located in Town Hall at Washington Township. And we hope that you will join us in future productions, watch our shows, send us your feedback. We're on the internet at wctv.us, and come again.